Take a look at this, guys. They're really popping off. Iran protests enter the third day. So this has been going on, updated 52 seconds ago. Dear brave compatriots, your presence in the streets. Okay, yeah, obviously, you know, they're trying to support this. Let me see if I can find any more of these. The coverage from the growing protests. Iranian opposition leader Pahlavi urges the end of the regime. I hope the terror regime of Iran is finally taken down. Where's Greta, Ruffalo, Javier, Joaquin, Miranda from Sex and the City? Where are all the college kids? Why aren't they speaking up for the people of Iran? Well, the reason why is that, so you have to understand that all of these people hate America. They hate American values. They hate Western values. And they will always side with the more un-American side. It doesn't matter what it is, but they will always fall off on that side of the fence. Jesus, so they're actually arresting protesters now? Yeah, your own stream is like your own domain expansion? Exactly. Yeah, I have no interest in that at all. Let me go back and see if I can find this. If Iran would change, the whole Middle East would change. Take note. Oh, I think he's completely right about this. This is true. Iran is probably the biggest destabilizing force in the Middle East. It's either Iran or Israel, right? And I'd say you could make a pretty good argument for either one. So, yeah, where's the rest of these? I think this is the one that I saw before already. And happening right now are retreating. The Islamic regime forces are retreating from the anti-Islam pro-Shah demonstrators. Are they really anti-Islam, or are they just anti... I think a lot of them are still Islamic. Yeah. Jesus. Holy. Jesus. Yeah, this is good. I thought he's saying the F word, right? I keep hearing that. Today, Iranian women joined in the uprising. Seeing how they're at the front line and one woman leads, other follows. Don't be afraid, we're together. Oh my God. Wow. Damn. Hopefully they can actually do something about this. I'm gonna be honest. There's about time it has to happen. 2025 is the entire world devolving into one big PvP server. Exactly. And it's crazy how bad this is getting. It is. It's nuts. Waiting for iDubbbz to comment? Yeah, exactly. That way you know what to think. Of course. Jesus, man. Oh my God. And things have to get bad before it gets good? Well, things seem to be pretty bad over there. Apparently, they don't even have water. Like, I mean, yeah, I bet they're fucking mad. A third night of anti-regime uprising. I urge you to keep the following in mind. When Iran rises up, it's not because of Israel or Mossad organized it. It's a result of 47 years of misery, death, and oppression. That's what's crazy, is that it's only been 47 years. That means that I bet a lot of people in Iran remember the way it used to be before they took over. I think that's a really, really big component to this. At least I think it is. I think it's a huge component. Who needs water? All we need is pop soda. Yeah, true. And, yeah, just feed them Brondo, right? Watch Iranian students are pushing back against armed Islamic. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh, here they come. They broke in containment. Jesus. The crazy thing too is like this is pretty peaceful, I would say. I mean, yeah, there's a few people like throwing like, I don't know if that's groks or something like that. I don't even know. Like that's obviously bad, but besides that, it's just a handful of people. And they're just walking around. Okay, all right, well, never mind. That lasted for 2 seconds. Yep. Well, it was a good like 3 or 4 seconds though, right guys? Mostly peaceful. Oh my god. I wonder if this is actually going to make a big enough difference. I do. I wonder if this is going to be big enough for them to actually like make a real change, right? And clip card on X, it's my prediction. Yeah, bro, like that's fucking funny. And wow. And entire cities across Iran are flooding with people.
Breaking news. The Persians have awoken.
Jesus. Knock the fucking flag over.
Entire cities in Iran are flooding with people.
Oh
Not
my
whispers,
god.
Roars. From Tehran to the
They're supposedly using live ammo on them now?
provinces.
Oh yeah,
the
no doubt.
streets are alive. Men, women, students, workers, retirees. One message, one demand. Enough. Enough of the Islamic Republic. Enough of repression. Enough of broken promises and stolen futures.
True.
Crowds are...
I think what's happened, this is the reason why you're seeing worldwide protests. It's because of the internet. It's because people can use the internet and they can look up what their own country used to be like. In a weird way, like, obviously the Iranians have it like 100 times worse than we do, but it's the same basic thing that's happening here in America, is that Americans are looking at the, you know, they're watching old TV shows, they're seeing old, you know, like advertisements, they're looking at old movies, and they see, wait a minute, none of this stuff was happening back then. Why is it always happening now? Like, what is this? How is this guy that's working this menial job own a whole house? He's got a wife and 2 kids, and he has 2 cars. How does that happen? And it's like, you know, the guy works on an assembly line or something like that. So people realize and are able to understand what they've lost. And I think because they can do that, now you really start seeing them rise up. Now you start seeing them lose their fucking temper and get furious about it. And it doesn't matter whether it's Indonesia, Malaysia, Iran. I think the same thing is happening to a degree in China even. That's why they're trying to control the internet there. Why do you think they're trying to control the internet? It's because they don't want people to see this. They don't want people to realize that actually there is a world out there that's better, but it's worse because of the way that they've made it. That's the entire reason why they do this. The conversation moved to the internet? Yes, exactly. Married with Children is such a good show. Yeah, well, all I'm saying is like it is a common thing that's been going on more and more.
Calling for the end of the Islamic Revolution and free Iran from the regime that rules by fear. In the streets, all the last 2 days, a name is rising again. Reza Pahlavi calls for the Crown Prince to lead a new
This is the, it's the Prince or Shah.
Across the
unironic Prince of Persia.
Nation. Support for restoring the monarchy is re-emerging in public. Reza is calling for a regime change and a democratic transition for Iran. This isn't just a protest.
Yeah.
This is...
I don't even know if it's really... I mean, like, because the guy... I mean, he used to be the prince, right? I mean, I don't know if they even really want a democracy. I just think that they don't want to be oppressed and they want to be able to have water. Right? I mean, a lot of these countries, like, I don't think that all of these countries need to run on Western democracy. They just don't want to run on nothing. Like, they don't want to run on oppression where they can't use the internet, they don't have food, and the country's a shithole. Like, that's it. They don't want to be ruled by Islam. I don't think that... No, I think that they do like it. A lot of them are probably Islamic, but they're not... But to be fair, I think that the fastest growing religious group in Iran is Christians. So, I mean, obviously that's growing. It's getting bigger, but, you know, Christians are still a very tiny minority there. But all that being said, I think that they're okay with Islam, but they don't want it to be the radical, fundamentalist, oppressive Islam that the Iranian people are dealing with. I mean, there's obviously a spectrum of this, and they don't want it to be that much.
National awakening.
That's it.
Iran is rising. Persia is rising again. God bless Iran.
This is amazing. I'm really happy to see this. Students of the University of Tehran joined the mass protest. Tehran is their capital. Damn. God damn. Look at all this. Persia hates Sharia law. I think that there's a huge spectrum to it. There's, like, I know plenty of people that are Muslims that are I know Muslims that drink alcohol, okay? Like, it's the same as Christian, right? It's the same thing where the more that somebody is, you know, in another country, it's another culture. The religion, it's like a flavor of their life, but they're not necessarily following all the rules, okay? So, yeah, and a Muslim? Well, that's not what they say. They think they are. Yeah. It's about Reformation. I don't think they're going to have a Reformation. At least not with this. Do you think the CIA and Mossad, to some degree, are behind this? I think that there probably are. And honestly, like, that's a good thing, in my opinion. I mean, like, it's very obvious that Iran is like a tremendous, massive destabilizing force. And I think that Iran being a psychopath shithole that's run by retards probably costs everybody in the world billions of dollars. It is. If Iran was a normal country run by normal people, then I don't think we'd have any problems. Or sorry, we wouldn't not have any problems, obviously. But like, we would have like probably $100 billion less problems. We'd be able to trade with them. We'd be able to work with them. We wouldn't need certain defense assurances. You wouldn't need to have as much military presence. You wouldn't need to constantly be worried about this. You wouldn't need to protect ships as much. You wouldn't have to deal with counterterrorism that's being funded indirectly by Iran. Like, you have to understand that like all of the different things that this country is done, the government has done. And again, I have to keep saying this over and over and over. It's not the country, it's not the people, it's the government. It's the government that's the problem. That's the real problem. The people sure seems like they're fine. It's the same as North Korea. I think that North Korea, I mean, it's on the same spectrum. You're right. It would be, and you're right. It would be the world would immediately become a better place if North Korea just stopped being crazy. Yeah, it's similar, but it's not the same. Like, North Korea is way worse. But like, yeah, it would be amazing. It would be great. Like, we'd save so much money. We wouldn't have to worry about that. Sure. North Koreans are pretty brainwashed, though. What would our defense contractors do without threats, though? We just go back to Africa, right? Go over somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other countries to start trouble in. Like, look at it's all of South America. There's all of that. Yeah, what are we talking about here? Let me see. Widening anti-government protests in Iran. Let me see if I can find any more of these that are new. Oh, this is new too. Tehran. This is today. Day 3 of the protests. Brave people of Tehran are saying this is the final battle. Pahlavi is returning and calling for shop closures. And also, here's another big reason is that, and you can see also, I mean, this is generally always the case, but many of the people that are here, besides Baldy here, many of these people are young people. And I think this is what's happening all across the world. Audio is kind of bad. I'm going to turn it down a lot. So much oil in South America, basically free for the taking. I've heard about that. Yeah, Trump was talking about that, in fact. It could be as young as 35. I mean, I'd say that's pretty young, yeah. I mean, in the grand scheme of things. But I think that the worldwide youth revolts are against governments that are just corrupt and basically don't give people any sort of dignity anymore. Whenever you don't have the promise of dignity, of the dignity of a average life, I think that radicalizes so many people. And it's made people so radical, so extreme, and so angry. Do you know when this kind of revolution last happened by Iran, by youth results? No, I don't. I mean, I'm not an expert in their history. I just know a little bit about it. Youth today grew up watching our future be exploited and plundered before their eyes, wants retribution and change. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty extreme, but I think you're right. Yeah. So they just want to totally shut down the entire economy to get rid of the government. I mean, again, and also I want to bring something up because I know people will preemptively say this, especially like, you know, detractors and people like that on Twitter. They will say, well, why am I okay with these protests happening and these people being so aggressive in Iran, but I'm not okay with people in America, like, blocking roads? The reason why is because the people in Iran don't have democracy. They don't have a way that they can be democratically represented, and they don't have a free society to where they can change things by just simply organizing and affecting change. Like DSP? Yeah, I use the detractors. How about that? You like that? And so the difference is governance. So, like, really, I mean, it's okay to do this if there's no other solution. Now, if you lose the vote, I mean, you can't say, oh, there's no other solution, I keep losing. Well, that's too bad. But the problem is that really these people don't have to vote. They don't have the ability to do that. And to the extent that they do, it doesn't affect the change they want it to. And I think this is even a conversation point that's happening more here in the United States, where, like, for example, like, you know, support of Israel is very, very hot topic. But it seems like for a lot of Republicans and Democrats, you know, it doesn't matter what you vote on, you're still going to be supporting Israel. And I think that's really something that people here are very angry about too. And I think that's why people are getting so mad. Yeah, basically this is their only option. Yeah, they don't have any other options. That's why the Boston Tea Party happened, because you couldn't just vote King George out. You couldn't do that. You had to throw the tea in the river because that was the only way that you could resist it at all. Like, voting is a protest, basically. And really, if you have enough people to vote, you can change the outcome. Tim Walz tweeted 6 minutes ago. Oh, jeez. Did he finally admit that he's retarded? Did he admit it or not? Because I'm hoping that he finally just admits he's retarded. That would save everybody so much time. And Tehran is being flooded with thousands chanting, oh my God. Holy. We gotta follow some of these guys. This guy's, Zionism built in... I was gonna follow this guy. Jesus Christ. I wish these people would realize that, like, while I agree with them, can we please stop having all of these hyper-Israel accounts making posts about this? Because, like, it's really not helping the cause, guys. It's really not. Not here in America. I think people are tired of that. Why ex-communist countries love Fallout? Well, no, I'm just saying, like, that's how it is. Flag in bio. Yeah, it's flag in bio. There it is. Check location. All right, I'll check his location. Give me a minute. What if Israel's behind all of this? Remember when propaganda used to be subtle? No. No. What do you mean? Like, well, how about nuke the Middle East for peace because of 9/11? Let's go blow up Afghanistan because a guy from Saudi Arabia attacked fucking America. Right? I mean, this is it. No, let's go to Iraq too. No, fuck that. No, people don't remember the way it used to be. There used to be legitimate 100% right-wing cancel culture for anybody who was against the Iraq war, anybody who was against going to war in the Middle East, and there was like a solid 5 years that this was the case. Like from 2001 to 2000 and I'd say 6 or 7, people were 100% gung-ho, mega dick, go to the Middle East and fuck shit up. That's how it was. Israelis and Iranians stand together. Let me guess. So, Rich and I recorded something together recently, and I have to say that I called, you know, that Instagram... This one, right? So, basically, I called this song the Jewish theme song. I didn't know what to call it. I had no idea. I didn't know what else would you say it is? No idea. It goes hard, though. It's a nice song. Yeah, sure. I don't know what to say. And please view the comments. What? Even the ad blocker didn't work. 5 unskippable ads on my TV, making the experience authentic. The 2 ads at the start made the experience more authentic. Why does it sound so sneaky? Help, a madman is trying to kill me over $5. That's not what it says. It says, help, my son is trying to steal my last $5. It's been distorted. That's not what it was. Yeah, I know, like, obviously it's close, but it's not there. And it plays in a spawn location? Does it really? Next comment. I don't get a single ad before watching. This song was promised to me 3,000 years ago. This is the morning alarm for every U.S. senator. The smell of freshly... Okay, guys. 2 bank ads is wild. My algorithm promised this recommendation 3,000 years ago. Well, song. Nice song to listen to while shitting. By listening to the song, it's proven to your financial... Oh, God. Here we go again. Oh, Jesus. Yep. This was promised me 3,000 years ago. My nose creased. Okay, guys. Oh, my God. Jewish flirt. You were promised to me 3,000 years ago. Are you Israel because you were promised to me 3,000 years ago? I'm gonna be honest. I think I might try that on somebody just to see what they say. Really, like, I tweet it right now. Well, let me look at my DMs. Like, who can I message this to? Like, that I won't get, fucking put on a, like, I won't get a restraining order against me. I have to find, like, some random fucking girl that I can DM it to. And, send it to Fandy. No, Fandy. Send it to Hassan. No, bro. No, absolutely not. Fader Vi? Yeah, no, absolutely not. Rich? No, Rich would love it. I think it's fucking hilarious. $30? What do you need $20 for? Oh, God. All right, guys. Yeah, what is Water from a Village? Well, yeah, this is amazing, guys. And so, yeah, I called it the Jewish theme song. What can I say? And I didn't know what else to say. Oh, my God. Wow. Is this what they do over there? Send it to Destiny? Well, it's a girl's name, so it would make sense. The account is Indian, by the way? Well, wait a minute. The account's Indian. Proud Jewish, proud Zionist. It's in Israel. Like, no, it's in Israel. There it is. Yeah, I don't know. As an Iranian, hell yeah. Send it to Quinn. Do you remember whenever I had Quinn blocked on Twitter for some reason? I wonder if that's why he was talking shit the other day, as he never forgot about that or forgave me. Maybe that's it. I swear to God it was an accident. I don't know how it happened. Military accounts? You think so? Uh-oh. Look at them all. He still noticed, I think? Yeah. Mossad outsourced propaganda to Indian bot centers. You know what's really funny is that it's like the people are so stupid, Mossad doesn't even have to do the propaganda anymore. They just send it to India or Pakistan, and they're like, yeah, just tell them that, oh, fuck, let me think. Tell them that if you don't send a bomb, Iran is going to blow up America. Tell them that. Tell them that. Yeah, say that, and then say that the Iranian oil was promised to America 3,000 years ago. Yeah, just yeah, simple. That's an Erdogan? What do you mean, Erdogan? Iranians want a king? I think they want somebody... nobody cares about whether it's a king or a president or a prime minister or a democracy. They care about the outcome. Like, if the thing is, like, Saudi Arabia has a king. As far as I know, they're pretty happy about it. They don't give a shit. They don't care, like, because everything's fine. Like, the problem isn't that there's a king or that there's a parliament or something like that. The problem is whether it's happening or not. Is it good or not? Saudi's fucking rich. Yes, they're fucking rich. Exactly. No, I had a guy that red-pilled me on monarchy. I did. This was this guy I knew from Saudi Arabia. And he said, listen, your politicians can be bought and paid for. And he was telling me that my politicians were bought and paid for in like 2015 by Israel. And I was like, why would a small country like that be able to buy our president? That's retarded. Okay, yeah, whatever. All right, we'll keep going. And yeah, how about that? And so he's explaining, he's like, listen, we have a king. He doesn't have to worry about making the popular decision. He has to make the right decision. And nobody can bribe him because he's fucking super rich. He's got like billions of dollars, doesn't need any fucking money. He's already in control of everything. So he has no incentive to act in a bad interest. So he's just going to help us out. And I was like, I mean, I don't think we should have a king, right? But like, I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? Shit. That's a good point. Yeah, base Sultan for... Yeah. No, really, like, I was like, yeah, you're kind of right about that, aren't you? And Iran's shooting protesters now. I've heard of that, but I didn't see it myself. And let me see if I can pull out any more of these, if that's actually an example of this. I don't want to, like, search Iran shooting, but let me go and refresh this and see if there's anything else new. King of Thailand is pretty bad. Yeah, it's not really a big surprise. And where is this here? There's even more of these too. Iranian protests against Islamization in Europe. We escaped the Islamists in Iran. We mustn't tolerate persecution of women in Germany. It's terrible for us who escaped from persecution by Islamists. See, this is the problem, really, is that these are the people that I want to have come into America and Europe. These people want to become part of Western culture. They are against where they were coming from, and they're looking for a legitimate, better life. This is the problem, is that this is why I'm not anti-immigration. A lot of people on the right wing now are just anti-immigration, period. I'm not. And I see people like this, and I'm like, okay, well, this is a person that we can work with. This is a person that can be part of our community. But, you know, it's just, people have just gotten so radicalized, it's really sad to see. I don't know what the hell she's saying, but yeah. A lot of Iranians here in Poland trying to live a normal life. Yeah, I know that. Like, I saw a few videos about that myself. Depends on the monarch. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you get a Caesar, sometimes you get a Vlad the Impaler. I know, yeah, it's a gotcha game, right? Translation, which Islam is part of Germany, belongs to Germany? Yeah, exactly, right? Iranians here in Sweden are some of the biggest protesters against Islamism. That's actually a really good point. And one of the, like, actually, unfortunately, one of the, like, terrorists or shooters was actually against, like, was like an Islam hater. There are a lot of people that leave Islam and they, like, hate it like crazy. I mean, like, is it really a surprise that that's the case? Because, like, I mean, don't we have an entire website, it's called Reddit, that's dedicated to that. So, like, is it really that big of a surprise that, you know, we have the same thing over in, you know, in Europe with Islam? Of course, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, Mormons. Yeah, everybody has this. Dissident Iranians gather for a protest. You know what's really crazy about this to me is the fact that the media never even covers any of this. Like, these protests have been going on for 3 days. Do you want to see if CNN or Fox News has uploaded anything about them? Let's take a look at it. Here we go. Fox has. This is about Trump bombing Iran. This isn't about Iran having protests or anything about Iran's protests. It's about Trump bombing them. So, and Netanyahu being a great guy. So I'm not seeing anything here about Iran. They upload a lot, so I might have missed something. I don't know. I might look at this here in a minute, too. I didn't watch... Is this the interview? This is the interview. I'm going to watch the interview, but not yet. Yep, can't criticize Islam. I don't think that's what's going on. I think that the problem is that if this was happening in America, they'd be talking about how bad Islam is all day, every day. I think the truth is that, as I said, like, I've had to use the bathroom for like 5 minutes or like 10 minutes. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, and then I'll talk about it for a minute, okay? So what really kind of got me red-pilled on this is the Syria overthrowing of Assad. I didn't even know this was happening until I had a buddy of mine that lived in Syria, or no, he didn't live in Syria, his family's in Syria, he's from Syria. And he was showing me some photos, and like they're fucking tearing down these massive statues over there. Shit is totally on fire. Everything is going wrong. You've got babies inside of prisons. Like, this is fucking berserk. Like, it's insane because they, you know, obviously, like, the women in the prisons get raped, and then they have the kids, right? And if they don't kill the kids are just born into a prison. Yeah, not berserk. I'm thinking Bane. And anyway, so what the fuck? Yeah, no, I'm serious. That's what was happening, right? That's why the guy's fucking stuck in Russia, because everybody fucking hates him. He's a piece of shit. And I'm not saying the other guys are perfect, right? But either way, you know, there's a pretty big reason why everybody was pissed off about it. So I was like thinking about it, like this is like massive national worldwide news or international news. And like, who the fuck is talking about this? Nobody's talking about this. And really, why not? Why are they not talking about this? And I think the reason why is very simple. They don't want Americans to understand or have any sort of insight into how other countries actually work. They only focus on America, and I think that's okay in some cases, but you should know what the fuck is going on, shouldn't you? You should know what's going on. Are you describing Assad or the current regime doing that shit? Assad was doing it. Maybe the current regime is still doing it. But either way, I wouldn't have known about either one of them doing it if I had been paying attention to CNN. Okay, so, all right, this is, I hate to say it, it's a W for CNN. They did actually cover the Iran stuff. Very, very rarely does something like that happen. So I do think it's, you know, good that they did that. It is good that they did that. They can't show that to you, that you can you can do whatever if you get enough people together. Yeah. I think that's true too. Fox News is on the front page. Does it? I don't know. Like, I could look it up, but it's not on YouTube. Disgruntled employee released it. How accurate are they, though? I have no idea. Like, it's hard. I don't know the truth 100% either, right? Because I don't live there. I don't speak their language. Uh-oh. How many people watched it? 45,000 people watched it. And I think this is a huge problem that Americans have, is that Americans don't know what the fuck is going on in the rest of the world. They have no idea what the fuck is going on. And it's not like it's super important all the time, but you should at least have an idea. And a lot of Americans do not even have an idea of what's going on. Americans don't even care either. Yeah, I mean, you should have a general concept of why? Because it affects things all over the world. So, for example, if, let's say, like, if China invades Taiwan, do you think that that's going to affect chip prices whenever one of the main manufacturers for chips is in Taiwan? Yeah, I think you should fucking know that, right? And, like, if you have investments, if you're involved in finance, if you know any of this, you need to know this shit because there's a domino effect of it, right? There is. And so that's just a recent example, the first one that comes right off the top of my head. So, yeah, I don't eat chips anymore. You know what? All right. How about that? To be fair, some of the news outlets offer a global news service separate from their U.S. coverage. That's fair. That's a fair analysis. Maybe I'm being unfair. Jesus. There's a lot of people. Some Americans don't even know what's going on inside of America. That's why I don't want them to vote. That's exactly why I don't want them to vote. Yeah, 100%. Largest protest in the last 3 years. I hope it's enough to make an impact. It is. And I actually wish that... I kind of wish Israel was a little bit more quiet about this, because I think that them talking about it is going to poison the well. I guess maybe... a lot of times I should say that, but, like, maybe not that time. But, like, yeah. Reza Shah. Oh, that's his name, yeah. They're chanting, "This is the last battle"? Yeah, I've seen it. Well. Some governors claim they don't even know where their budgets went. I've heard about them. Check Al Jazeera America. Yeah, Al Jazeera does a great job covering these conflicts, but I just don't like their... I don't like their agenda, but I do like their coverage. I think they do great coverage. This is the year of blood. Saeed Ali will be toppled. Oh my god. Last time protests happened in 1979, no, if they're the CIA coup government. Yeah, apparently. Somebody else from Iran said that wasn't true. I'd have to look into it and read it myself. I don't believe this protest is as big as what they're saying. They want the U.S. to intervene for real this time. So you think that they're manufacturing the size of the protest and, like, the severity of it in order to try to influence, to kind of, like, it's like they're view-botting it, basically, right? Where they're view-botting it so it looks like it's really popular, but it's actually not that popular. Is this big enough to topple their government? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when with their government. It's clearly dying. The sanctions are draining all of the life and money out of the economy. They don't have water anymore. Everything is too fucking expensive. The country is a shithole. And it used to look like New York. Well, maybe not New York. It used to look like New Jersey. It used to look like a nice, beautiful city in America. And then these retard fucking religious people took over, and it turned into a piece of shit. Places in Tehran still are actually quite nice now. But that's the vast minority of the country. I'm from Iran. I'm living in Milan. More than 90% of people hate Islam and a false government in Iran. Oh, damn. I think that guy got timed out. He got spammed. Yeah, sorry about that. And anyway, if you've seen New York lately, it makes Tehran look good. Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, some of the stuff over there is pretty bad. Check Iran before and after revolution video. No, I know all about it, right? But, oh, not all about it, but I know a lot about it. Being chanted, different audio, make it sound like it's shouting slogans in support of the Shah. I'm not even sure, right? And let's see here. Students launched a hunger strike. I wouldn't, I honestly, like, I would do a lot of things. I wouldn't do a hunger strike. I'm fucking hungry. I gotta eat some food. For a second, I thought that, bro, I'm gonna be real. I thought that was an Arabic Wendy's. For some reason, like, I look at that and I'm like, oh, it kind of reminds me of Wendy's. Like, they have Wendy's in Iran? Wait, what's this? Same? Yeah. Okay, I'm not the only person. In a brain rot? Yeah, a little bit, right? Maybe they should have a Wendy's. Do they deserve a Wendy's? I think they deserve a Wendy's, guys. What's this? But, well, I guess, you know, if it's a Muslim country, maybe you don't have Baconators on the menu, right? But, or like, that's like a forbidden item. And let's see if there's any more that are worth looking at here. But yeah, did Kalamani tweet anything? Probably that Israel is probably another AI video of him blowing up Israel. Like, I could imagine that. I think that's definitely possible. Yeah. That's a pharmacy, is it? If you want more information, it's an Iranian streamer called Coexer at Kick. He'll talk more info if you want right now. Yeah, tell him I really appreciate it. I mean, I'm not really looking to get involved in it that much. And, like, also, I'd tell him to be safe, man. Like, because I wouldn't want to ask him questions. Like, honestly, this might sound weird, but, like, I wouldn't want to talk to somebody from Iran that was identified at all. Because, like, I'd be afraid of that person somehow incriminating themselves and then facing a repercussion from their government. Like, even if they think that wouldn't be a problem, like, I would still feel guilty even taking advantage of that. Yeah, like that's, yeah, we targeted, exactly, right? I mean, like, that's why I never really have talked to somebody from, like, you know, China or somebody else like that, even though China's a lot less like that. But, you know, it's like broadcasting something like that could put them at, you know, any sort of a risk. And I just feel like that's not, you know, it's just not the right thing to do. Another student's protest in Tehran, the same guy from earlier, praises the flag of Iran and says that if you're seeking the righteous, that right here is righteous. He says his flag is superior. And it will not only win terror, his chants are widely supported by the other support. So, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back. What have I said about protests in other countries? Remember when Hassan said that Iranians love their government? So, the official government polls and a lot of the Iranian data that's provided does show that Iranians love the government, but third-party polls and third-party data shows that less than 20% of the population approves of the government. Yep, there's only one flag. And if there's two flags, it's the one-piece flag. Yep. No fat people in the crowd. That's how you know they're actually poor. Yep. Ooh, they're loving it. Damn. Well, that's good. I'm glad to see this. No fat homeless people in Iran. I wonder why. How can they call us a protest without any Palestine flags? See, like, I don't understand, like, the culture over there, but, like, it sure seems like a lot of people in the Middle East don't like Palestine either. Like, I don't really know. I know that, like, you know, Lebanon had, like, that thing happen, and so did Egypt, right? Where they had, like, a militia group. But, yeah, they don't. They do not like them at all. Why? So basically, whenever they used to take, was it Jordan? I forgot which one. And I'm not, this is like, I'm talking about a generality, right? And like, this is just something I've observed. Like, because a lot of people in the US, like, this is, my impression initially was that, you know, this was like a disaffected people that everybody in the region kind of had like a shared sympathy for. And looking more into the history, it seems like that's not really as much of the case that I originally thought. Iran sponsored Hamas in the past? Yeah, they did. One of the slogans was no to Gaza, no to Lebanon, my life for Iran. There you go. We hate Muhammad 211. We hate Palestine. I don't know, man. Listen, like, yeah, y'all got your own problem. Like, listen, over there, it's the same as, like, fucking China, Japan, and Korea. Like, the Asian racism, like, the Arab racism. Listen, we have white people racism here. I only really understand white people racism. That's it. Were refugees and resistance group formed in neighboring countries? Yeah, basically. It was in like the 1970s, like PLA or something like that. And then that's why they don't take refugees. Iran sponsors all terrorist groups. Yeah, I know. That's why I was saying it'll be great that, you know, if this ever gets removed. Iranians are not Arab? Really? I always assumed that Iranians were primarily Semitic people. PLO, right. Yeah, I forgot what it was. It was Palestinian Liberation. I thought it was it was Army, but like maybe something else. They're Persian. I don't know. I might sound like an asshole for saying this, but like I didn't know that there was an ethnic difference. I genuinely didn't. I had no idea. Like I thought these were just interchangeable. But yeah. It's really the same thing. Yeah, they're different. Well, I bet they probably are not different, but, you know, as like a white person, you know, I'm a white person, okay? Like, you know, to me, it might seem the same, but yeah, obviously it's very different. I just don't know that. Racist, of course, right? But, again, I think that a lot of people probably, this has always been like a viewpoint that I've had, this is why I just ask the questions and I just say it, because I think that there's a lot of other people that like, they don't really know, right? One way or another. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking these questions or saying stuff like this. Nothing wrong at all. A small number of mercenaries linked to Israel and the United States who had infiltrated the crowd started attacking shopkeepers who didn't want to close their shops. It sounds like Iran military media. I mean, this is the same website. They do all kinds of bullshit, right? I wouldn't even pay attention to that. And where is this? We'll see if there's anything else that's worth looking at. But yeah, that seems like everything for this situation.